Hello, my name is Steph Bartlett. Welcome to my YouTube channel where me and my little dog Coco Bella are traveling around Australia in a Toyota coaster bus. In my last YouTube video, I explored the beautiful Alice Springs. I absolutely loved it there. It was a bonus that I had friends there that I could catch up with. We went to Palm Valley, we had loads of picnics, and honestly, there is just so many things to explore in Alice Springs and around Alice Springs. One of my favorite places. As much as I did love it there, the time did come for Coco and I to move on to our next location, which I will share with you in this YouTube video. We visit Devil's Marbles, Banka Banka Station, and the famous Daly Waters Pub. I left Alice Springs and drove 412 kilometers to Devil's Marbles. I've made it to Devil's Marbles and so have the flies. This is the first time I've really noticed the flies so far heading north. Flies. I've left Coco in the bus. Dogs aren't allowed out here, but they're allowed in the car park in the bus. There were some little walking tracks to follow. It was a really pleasant walk and very cool seeing all the different rock formations. So this is reality of traveling solo, trying to get photos because I like them for my business obviously and for memories. So I've got my tripod. I had to try and balance it on a rock, set up my phone on there, set the time and the countdown for 10 seconds, and then I get a photo. I've just checked in at Devil's Marbles Hotel. I've got a powered slide. I didn't realise heaps of people free camp out the front as well, but I've gone for the luxury. There's a beer garden over the fence and a pool and power. This was my setup for my powered site, and in the morning I had the most stunning sunrise. I always love that. And then I hit the road to head to Banka Banka Station. Have just made myself a wrap with mayo, avocado, rocket, and tuna. Tuna is so handy when you don't have much food. And I'm absolutely loving rocket at the moment. I'm just pulled over in a parking bay in between Tennant Creek and Banka Banka Station. I'm on my way to Banka Banka. I think I'm only about 40 kilometers away or something. So pulling up to have some lunch, and I have to say, it's so nice to be able to pull up and have your kitchen here with all your food, because to be honest, I'd prefer to have my own meals that I make instead of takeaway. A lot of takeaway from roadhouses is deep fried fast food stuff that just leaves me feeling gross. So it's really nice to have a kitchen and fridge and everything so I can make my own meals. After driving 198 kilometers from Devil's Marbles, I made it to Banka Banka Station. This place has so much to explore. There's no phone reception, but I kind of found that was a good thing because it does make you get out, explore, and talk to other people. There's two walks you can do. There's a walk to a lookout and another walk to a waterhole. I first did the walk up to the lookout. It's a little walk up a hill, and once you get up there, you get a really cool view of Banka Banka Station and the caravan park set up. And it was also beautiful in the evening watching the sun go down. And then there's a walk to the waterhole. I'm walking out to the waterhole. I have met so many beautiful people here at Banka Banka today. Just loving it. Even spoke to a couple that are traveling around in a Toyota coaster bus, and I recognize their bus from a Toyota coaster bus Facebook group that I am in. So I just had an awesome chat to them. It's like the Toyota coaster people have a little community. Definitely do. Before I left the next morning, I decided to walk to the waterhole once again. It was lovely watching the sunrise. I just don't think there's a better way to start your day. By the time I got back to the park, most people had packed up and left, and I knew it was time for me to do the same, this time heading to Daly Waters Hiway Inn. The Daly Waters Hiway Inn is about 8 kilometres from the famous Daly Waters Pub. I chose to stay here because there was phone reception here, it was quiet, they had their own facilities, which was great. I could get meals and drinks, things like that. Plus, they had a beautiful outdoor area. I actually really loved the warm weather whilst I was there, so I ended up staying about 4 or 5 days and I did get so much work done. I also loved that I had a beautiful little spot to do some yoga. It was here that I finally learned how to use my awning. I know, I should have known already, but I didn't. This wonderful man, Don, was parked up next door to me with his wife, and he kindly offered to show me how to use my awning. I was so grateful. So we did discover, I did break this little bit in the end here. A little while ago, I was crossing a riverbed thing on a little bridge, and a caravan went across at the same time, and I actually hit this on the bridge, and this was the result. I didn't know until we just opened it up. But this will be great. Thank you so much, Don. Absolute legend.
My pleasure.
I did visit the famous Daly Waters Pub and everything else that surrounds it. What a place. A lovely couple I know were staying there, and they saw on my Facebook page that I wasn't far away at the Hiway Inn, and they offered to come and pick me up. They drove me to the Daly Waters Pub, showed me around, bought me dinner. Oh, it was just so lovely. And safe to say, there was no shortage of things to see. The atmosphere in this pub is like no other. And I also just quickly want to give a shout out to Deb and Pete. Thank you so much for picking me up and taking me here, shouting me dinner, showing me around. I loved it. And then to top it off, we saw the owner Tim come in with a horse. Now, where else would you see something like this? It was then time for me to pack up my bus and head to my next location, which also meant securing my broken awning. Thank you, Don, stepping in once again to help me. He got a heap of zip ties and secured it for until I get to my next location. Put up to have a quick little check of the cable tie. Let's hope it is holding my awning in place. It's pretty rock solid to me. I made it to my next location at Mataranka. What a beautiful spot this is. And can you believe the day I pulled up, there was a mobile caravan repair person there, and they had the exact part I needed for my awning. But more on that in my next YouTube video when I explore the beautiful Mataranka. I stop by Catherine and catch up with friends that I haven't seen for ages. I stay at Manbello Homestead just out of Catherine and face my fear of cows head on. And I also stop by the Lazy Lizard. I hope you've enjoyed this YouTube video. Don't forget to subscribe. And as always, be wildly you and live life your way.